A centuries-old painting is actually easier to restore than a decades-old painting. For hundreds of years, artists used pure oil paints. But by the 20th century, artists began using different types of paint, making restoration more challenging. A traditional painting is typically oil on canvas, protected with a layer of natural resin varnish. Over time, a linen canvas can become brittle, distort, and sometimes tear. Varnish yellows, and dirt and dust accumulate, rendering the once vibrant painting dark and dull, and in dire need of professional conservation. The conservation process is multifaceted. They have to strip away any previous restoration, then perform a new restoration, yet make it entirely reversible to allow for future restoration. The conservators begin with spot tests to observe how different colors in the painting react to cleaning. They dip a cotton swab in mild detergent and rub gently, testing for discolored varnish and any previous restoration. When all that's done, they swab on some solvent to neutralize the detergent residue. Next, they spray the back of the canvas with water and lie the painting on a vacuum hot table. The heat turns the moisture to steam, which relaxes the paint and linen, as the vacuum pulls the bumps and puckers flat. If the canvas isn't structurally sound, they apply adhesive, a synthetic backing, then a new linen canvas. With thermometers monitoring the temperature, the heat activates the adhesive, and the vacuum draws everything taut against the hot table, bonding old linen to new. And the conservators can turn their attention to the artwork. They begin by mixing a cleaning solution, 1% chemical-grade ammonia, 20% strong detergent, and 79% water. They dip a swab in the cleaning solution and another in the solvent. Working a small area at a time, they gently glide the cleaning solution swab over the surface. It's critical not to rub, as any abrasion could harm the painting. Next, they gently roll the solvent swab over the same area to neutralize the cleaning solution residue. They repeat this solution solvent procedure area by area until they've removed surface dirt from the entire painting. Then they start all over again, this time removing old yellowed varnish, embedded dirt, and previous restoration. The cleaning completed, they can now address the tears and damages. Using a small palette knife, they fill the cavities of the tear with gesso, a material that's used as a background for paintings. This gesso is reversible, meaning it can easily be removed if required during a future restoration. Once the gesso dries, they wipe away the excess with a damp cloth, leaving a repair that's flush with the surrounding surface. Then they seal the gesso with varnish. This creates a barrier between the existing paint layer and the one they're about to add, making it removable for future restoration. They retouch the repaired area, expertly matching colors to the original and blending them seamlessly with the surrounding area. This process, called in-painting, is where the conservator's fine art training is put to the test. Rather than use oil paints, they mix pigments with acrylic resin. This produces paint that looks just like oils, but is removable with mild solvents in the event of a future restoration. They brush varnish over the in-painting so that the sheen matches that of the surrounding area. And now, the final step. They spray the entire painting with a light coat of removable synthetic varnish that doesn't yellow over time. This evens out and protects the surface. Once the varnish cures, the painting goes back into its frame, just the way the artist intended.